أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, my pen dropped. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. How is everybody? I hope you're okay. Everything fine? Thank you for joining the class again, inshallah. So today we are going to study a bit more, perhaps a few things that are not in your notes. I'll see how the class flows, inshallah. Okay. So everything else is, I hope, clear. If you manage to do the exercises, I hope they helped. Today, what we are going to do is, inshallah, we're going to look into the present tense a bit more, and also on a fail a bit more. So I want to construct this concept of Jumla fi'liya with you. This is something we have touched previously, and I would like to go a bit more into detail into this today in this session, and then inshallah we'll continue with the other topics as we go along. There are a few further topics in the fi'l study in terms of the present tense fi'l. Those topics I will discuss once I've covered what I want to cover today. Walaikum assalam, Imran. So inshallah. So as we move along, hopefully we'll be able to cover a good deal today. Okay, good. So if you have any questions from the previous exercises, we can touch them as well today, inshallah. And if you don't, that's also fine. We can just quickly do a quick revision. I'll construct a quick chart of the present tense fi'l. Let's see how far we go, inshallah. And then we'll jump on to the new topics that we want to do. Effectively picking up on some earlier concepts that I gave you already, but inshallah a bit more in detail. Page 43. Okay, so let me share my screen with you, and inshallah then we'll jump on to your inquiry. Page 43. You should be able to see my screen very soon. Okay. Okay, page 43. Let's go to page 43, inshallah. Page 43. Okay, number 17. Satajiduni. Okay, what you're saying is, what we're looking here. I just gave you a brief hint last time that seen is sometimes attached. Seen is sometimes attached to a fi'l to push the meaning in the future. Okay, to explicitly push the meaning in the future. Therefore, this seen is one word. It's a harf. Okay. Then we have tajidu, and you know ni is an attached pronoun, isn't it? Ni is an attached pronoun, right? Now, what you have here is a ta beginning, and u ending. It's a ta beginning and u ending. Okay? Ta beginning and u ending. What do you think it could be? So in your present tense chart, you have ta beginning and u ending in how many cases? In two cases. One is here, isn't it? It's anta. It's like tansuru. Tansuru. Yes? Tansuru. So the hua version was yansuru. It was ya beginning. Yeah. So I cannot say it's a hua, right? A hua doesn't fit well here. But the ending and the beginning of hiya and anta does fit, right? Hiya and anta does fit. So I could say it's either hiya or anta. Yeah. Okay, good. Any other bothering? We just need to look at it a bit more closely, and that's it. It's nothing. Nothing. You have to keep attention to detail a bit, and that's something usually people are good at, observing small things. So okay, great, excellent, Imran. Thank you. So what we'll do is we'll do a quick revision of what we did, constructing a chart for present tense. So I'll construct the chart for present tense. Okay, and we said present tense. In present tense, we said that present tense is a fi'il that is used for the present and the future both in Arabic language. It is used for present and the future both in Arabic language. Okay, so the context normally tells us if we have to translate it in a present or a future form. Okay, so unlike in English where we have two separate forms existent. So what we'll do is I just brought the same table, and what we're going to use is the same template word template. Which language is this? Wait a second. Oh, okay. For some reason I got my languages switched. Can you give me a second to just uh, fix this, because otherwise I'll keep on switching the languages and it's not going to work. I don't know what happened here. I did not have any other language. I can promise you I don't speak any of these languages. How did they come here? I don't know. Probably someone was playing with my laptop. Greek, Norwegian, Brazilian. I have no clue. Okay, so I just want to make sure this is the right Arabic that I have added. Okay. Not QWERTY, right? It's QWERTY one that I want. That is the one I want. And just take this out. Okay, guys, sorry. Didn't know what happened there, but no, it's okay. Sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the template word. Nasara, right? Nasara. Something going wrong? No, I think I need to change the keyboard again, because what I'm typing is not showing up for some reason. Okay? I'm typing is not showing up. What's the problem? Sorry, I'm very sorry about this. I don't know what has happened here. Let's take the Arabic normal one. Just remove this. Okay. Let's see if this works. Nasara. Yep. Nasara. Okay, that's our template word. So we're going to use the template word Nasara and construct the chart. So I'll try to construct it with the techniques that I told you last time. Okay. So I have to remember 4 of these. I have to remember 4 of these. These ones are I'm going to highlight here. So I will remember these ones. Let's say huwa, huma, hum, and anti. That's what I want to memorize. Okay, huwa, huma, hum, and anti. All the rest I will derive myself. Okay, I will derive myself. So let's try to recall what was the huwa. Huwa was the ya beginning. Huwa was the ya beginning. Ya beginning. It could be ya or you with different fails. Okay, and it was an u ending. It was an u ending. Yansuru. Yansuru. Huwa yansuru. Okay, and then there was huma. Huma, what huma did, we also know these were ya beginnings. All of these were ya beginnings. The first 4 that we did, huwa, huma, hum, and hunna. They were all ya beginnings. And what huma did, Huma took the plural ending from the Muslim chart. Ani, right? It took the plural ending from the Muslim chart. So you're gonna say Yan Surani. Yan Surani. Okay? Yan Surani. Okay? Yan Surani. Make it all black. Okay? Yansurani. And in case of hum, we also know it was a ya beginning. Try to recall it in your mind while I'm doing it. If you can recall it, what it was a ya beginning, and also it took the plural ending from the Muslim chart, which is una, right? So it was yansuruna. Yes, it was yansuruna. 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 Okay. Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna. Then we went to hunna. Hunna didn't have any endings from the Muslim chart, but we know it started with a ya. Okay? And it ended with a noon. So it was yansurna. Yansurna. Okay? Yansurna. Okay? Oh, we also had to memorize this one. I forgot to highlight this. Yeah, we had to also memorize hunna. So effectively, these 5 we need to memorize. Okay, yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna, and hunna is yansurna. And in case of anti, we had the ya beginning. We had the ta beginning, but we had the ending from the nasab and jar form in the nasab and jar form in the plural, like muslimina, ina ending, right? It started with a ta. We know it started with a ta because all of the second person starts with a ta. All of the second person starts with a ta. Tansurina. Tansurina. Okay? Tansurina. Right? Now we know all of this. This is what we need to memorize, really. These 5. Okay? And now let's derive from what we can derive. Okay, let's pick up the huwa first. We establish the relationship between huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu. Okay, we establish this relationship between huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu. What we did in case of hiya, we just replaced the ya with the ta in the beginning, right? And it became tansuru. And we know once we derive this, we know that the anta was exactly the same as here. So we just use the same tansuru, anta, tansuru. Okay. Once we have done this, we again took huwa and we wanted to derive ana. And the trick was that we take the yansuru, and replace the beginning with the beginning letter of the pronoun. So it became ansuru. Became ansuru. Ana ansuru. Okay? And same with the nahnu. We took the huwa form yansuru and replaced the beginning letter with the beginning letter of the pronoun, which is noon in this case. This becomes nansuru. Okay, that's how we derived just from huwa these 4 forms of fail. Okay? These 4 forms of fail for different pronouns. Okay. Then let's pick up the huma, which is yansurani, right? Yansurani. What we did with yansurani, we said we're gonna replace the ya with a ta in yansurani. We'll replace the ya with a ta, so it will become tansurani. Okay. And we also saw, to derive the further anta, antuma, and antuma below, masculine and feminine, we said they're exactly the same as huma in feminine. So we just took the tansurani and we put them there. Tansurani and Tansurani. No memorization required. It's all logic. Okay? It's all just technique, tip. Okay? Then the remaining two. We picked up hum, and it has the same derivation just like we derive feminine huma from the masculine huma, meaning replacing a ya with a ta. So hum is whom is going along with antum. Whom is going along with antum. The masculine goes along with the masculine. Okay, so we're gonna say tansuruna, tansuruna. Okay, tansuruna. And hunna goes along with antunna, and the same update there. We're gonna replace the ya with the ta. Replace the ya with the ta. Antunna, tansurna. Okay? Antunna, tansurna. And that's it. This was our present tense chart. Okay, there's a lot of logic here. A lot of logic here. Okay, so I've never asked you to memorize it. I've given you those tips that will help you derive any of these. Okay, so if you just put a hand on some pronoun and just try to remind yourself what was it, you should be able to derive it as far as you know the five. You know the five. Okay, hua, huma, hum, hunna, and anti. That's what you need to memorize. Okay, instead of memorizing all of the nine, I guess. Yes, the nine. 3, 6, 9, not 9. The more. Okay, 14. The 14. Okay, all of them. If you memorize for every pronoun, it's going to be 14. But right now, I'm asking you to just memorize the five: hua, huma, hum, hunna, and anti. Hua yansuru, huma yansurani, hum yansuruna, hunna yansurna, anti tansurina. Okay? If you memorize these, you can derive all of them. All of them, inshallah. Okay? Good. Any questions so far on this? Is that clear? Are we comfortable with it? Are we comfortable with it? And do we feel, is that okay to move forward? Great, excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so what I want to do today is I want to take a break on the present tense for a while, and I want to touch on the concept of the Jumla fi'liya a bit more. Okay? Concept of the Jumla fi'liya a bit more. Because this concept is going to become increasingly important. Is going to become increasingly important going forward. And inshallah, if we do it now, it will help. Okay? Let me just take on to the next page. All right. So Jumla fi'liya. By the way, one thing I wanted to tell you, what we did is present tense. Just to give you some terminology. This is present tense. Okay. Present tense. In Arabic, it's called fi'il mudari. And in Arabic, it's called fi'il mudari. Okay? Fi'il mudari. Fi'il mudari. You should know this. Okay? Fi'il mudari. Whereas the past tense is called fi'il madi. Whereas the past tense is called fi'il madi. Fi'il madi. Okay? Keep these terminologies in mind. Past tense is fi'il mudari and present tense is fi'il. Sorry, past tense is fi'il madi and present tense is fi'il mudari. Right? Okay. So fi'il based sentences. fi'l based sentences, okay, which is called Jumla fi'liya. Jumla fi'liya. Okay. So we have touched them in the past, and we made a table, if you remember, and we did the parts of the Jumla fi'liya briefly, and there's nothing much in it, so that's why I want to touch it here. Okay. Let me just pick this up here as well quickly. Okay. So what we said, Jumla fi'liya can have 4 parts: A, B, C, and D. Okay? A, B, C, and D. The first part is the fi'l itself. Okay? The second part is the fa'il, and the third part is maf'ul. I'll explain you what that is. Maf'ul. And the fourth part is muta'alliq bil fi'l. Muta'alliq bil fi'l. Okay? So it's muta'alliq bil fi'l. Okay? 4 parts in the Jumla fi'liya. Fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul, and muta'alliq bil fi'l. Okay? So what is a fi'l? Gives you action. Gives you action. Okay? Action. Fa'il, doer of action. Okay? Doer of action. Maf'ul, detail about action. Okay? Muta'alliq bil fi'l, related information. You can call it that way. Okay? Related information. It has a ta'alluq with the fi'l. It has a related. It is a related information about action. It's a muta'alliq bil fi'l. Okay? It's related to a fi'l, right? These are the 4 parts of the Jumla fi'liya. Okay? 4 parts of the Jumla fi'liya. Okay. Now, what is a must-have? What is a must-have? You must have it. This is mandatory. Mandatory. Fi'l is a must-have. You must have a fi'l in a Jumla fi'liya. You must have a fi'l in the Jumla fi'liya. The file is also mandatory in a Jumla fi'liya. Okay? File is also mandatory in a Jumla fi'liya. There are few advanced concepts where file is replaced with something called naibul file. We'll do that later on. But right now, file is absolutely mandatory in a Jumla fi'liya. Okay? Detail about the action, maf'ul, optional. Muta'alliq bil fi'l, optional. Okay? Mandatory parts and the optional part. You have to be clear with that. What has to be mandatory and what has to be optional. Okay? Optional. Okay? Now, once we know this, we need to understand how Jumla fi'liya is working. Okay? How Jumla fi'liya is working. Okay? What forms does this take? Okay? So the fi'l in itself can be what? It can be let me okay, it can be a present, it can be a past tense, Can be a past tense, or it can be a present tense. Can be a past tense or it can be a present tense. A jumla fi'liya will start with a fail. Just it's common sense, isn't it? It will start with a fail. Okay? And it could be a past tense or it could be a present tense. It could be a past tense or it could be a present tense. Okay? Fa'il. What is fa'il? Fa'il could be an inside. Oops, what is happening? Inside pronoun. It could be an inside pronoun or it could be an outside doer. And we have done both the concepts, right? It could be the inside pronoun that comes by default with any fail. That comes by default with any fail. Let me just say it's default. Inside pronoun is a default with any fail, and the outside doer that can come that overrides the inside pronoun. Okay? Okay. The outside doer must be what? Outside doer must be rafa. Outside doer must be, these bullets are bothering me. Okay. Outside doer must be rafa. Outside doer must be rafa. Okay. And the fail has to be in a huwa or hiya form. A fail has to be in a huwa or hiya form. This is what we did when we did the outside doer. Okay. Maf'ul. Maf'ul. What is maf'ul? Maf'ul is an ism. What's happening? Maf'ul is an ism in nasab state. Maf'ul is an ism in nasab state. Okay, it could be a standard ism. It could be a standard ism. It's always nasab. Always nasab. It could be attached pronoun to a fail, which would in that case be nasab as well. Okay, and I told you last time when a pronoun is attached to an ism, it's always rafa, and when it is attached to a fail, it is always nasab. And this is your reason why it is always nasab, because it is a maf'ul. It is a maf'ul in a jumla fi'liya. Okay, it is a maf'ul in a jumla fi'liya. Okay. Last but not least, oops. The muta'alliq bil fi'l. Muta'alliq bil fi'l is effectively jar majroor. It's harf of jar fragment. It's a harf of jar fragment. Muta'alliq bil fi'l is always a harf of jar fragment that we call jar majroor. Okay, jar majroor. That's how a standard jumla fi'liya structure is defined. You must have a fi'l, you must have a fa'il, and you can optionally have a maf'ul or a muta'alliq bil fi'l. But if you just have a fi'l and the fa'il, you're good with the sentence. Okay, you're good with the sentence. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? This is pretty easy. Structure. In a jumla ismiya, we had mubtada, khabar, and muta'alliq bil khabar. In a jumla fi'liya, we have fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul, and muta'alliq bil fi'l. Okay. Now, if you go forward, and we try to construct some example. Okay. Let's construct some examples. Let's go out of the table. Okay, I'll come outside of the table and let's construct some examples, keeping all of this in mind. Okay, so if I say examples, if I say nasara, nasara, I say nasara. So what I need to do is find a fi'l, which is an action, and the fa'il, which is a doer of that action. Okay, find a fi'l, which is an action, and a doer of an action. So if I say I need a fi'l, then I need a fa'il, then I need a maf'ul, and I need a muta'alliq bil fi'l, Okay, that's what I need. Okay? With nasara. If I take nasara, and I try to construct this example, in case of fi'l, we have the nasara, right? Nasara. In case of fa'il, we have huwa, isn't it? We have huwa. Do we have a maf'ul? No. We don't have a maf'ul. We don't have a maf'ul here. Okay. Do we have a muta'alliq bil fi'l? No. We don't have a muta'alliq bil fi'l. But the mandatory parts are there, right? The fi'l is there and the fa'il is there. So nasara in itself is a full sentence. Yes, it's a full sentence. You don't have anything else, maf'ul or muta'alliq bil khabar, muta'alliq bil fi'l, but nasara in itself is a full sentence. So fi'l standalone is a full sentence. Okay. Fi'l standalone is a full sentence. Okay. Okay, so let me pick up another example. In fact, let's move on to the exercise. I've brought an exercise for you, which is not in your notes, but I have this here. I'll share it with you, inshallah. It's not in your notes. But I will share it with you. I will not hopefully fully do this exercise, but inshallah I'll share it with you. Okay? I'll share it with you. Inshallah. So let's do some examples here in this exercise. So what we want to do is to do the Arabs of this entire practice and entire exercise. So we'll do the Jumla Fi'liya thing, and we'll do the Arabs. We'll identify the fail, files, and mafuls. Let me pick few where we want to start. Wait a second. Let's do number 16. Okay? Let's do number 16. Okay. Now, this exercise it includes past tense fail only, as far as I remember. It exercise includes past tense fail only right now, but the concepts you do in the past tense fail applies the same to the present tense fail. There are a few additions that I will tell you, inshallah, and then you can map those additions. But there's no major difference as such. So so let me just do it with the past tense to keep things simple. and inshallah, let's identify the fi'il, fa'il, and maf'ul. So when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the vaja'alani, vaja'alani. So I'm looking at three words. I'm looking at the va, which is the connector. I'm looking at the ja'ala, which is another word, and ni as an attached pronoun. Okay, and ni as an attached pronoun. Okay, and then we have another word which is nabiyan, nabiyan. So I'm effectively looking at four words in this jumla. Wow is wow is just a harf, a connector. It's a connector. Okay. Then I come with then I encountered ja'ala. As soon as I encounter ja'ala, I need to identify if it is an ism or if it is a fail. And if it is a fail, what type of fail is it? Is it the present tense or is it the past tense? And then once I have a fail, I need to identify what is the doer of this fail. What is the doer of this fail? Because if it is a fail, it must have a doer, right? So ja'ala, I'm going to map. I'm going to map to my charts that I know, either the past tense chart or the present tense chart. If you look closely, this maps quite neatly to Nasara pattern. Ja'ala is like Nasara. Yes? Ja'ala is like Nasara. So I'm going to say it's a past huwa. Okay? It's a past huwa. Huwa. Yes. And now, because I know, as soon as I see a fa'il in singular, huwa or hiya, there is a possibility of having an outside doer. There's a possibility of having an outside doer. So I must look for it, even if it's not there, but if there's any outside, because if it is, then I need to consider that. So I look entirely in this sentence, but I don't find any further ism in Rafa. I don't find any further ism in Rafa. So there is no outside doer. I'm just giving you the thought process, okay? Outside doer. So what I do is I say the A and the B, the fi'il and the fa'il are ja'ala. The fi'il and the fa'il are ja'ala. Okay, this is my jumla fi'iliya. This is the beginning of the jumla fi'iliya. Okay. Beginning of the jumla fi'iliya. Now I have the jumla fi'iliya already. It's a fi'il and the fa'il in ja'ala, both. Fi'il and the fa'il in ja'ala, both. Now I move forward and I find an attached pronoun. An attached pronoun, when attached to a fi'il, is always what? Nasab, right? An attached pronoun always attaches to a fi'il in a nasab form. And I know ism in nasab in the jumla fi'iliya is a maf'ul. It is a maf'ul, which is the part C of my jumla fi'iliya, right? Maf'ul. It's a maf'ul. Maf'ul. Okay. So I have I have the fi'il and the file in ja'ala. Excuse me. I have the fi'il and the file in ja'ala, and I have the attached pronoun as maf'ul. It's a detail about the action. It's a detail about the action. And then I move forward and I find nabiyan. Nasab state, another ism in the nasab state. And I'm going to call it a C2. This is maf'ul 1 and maf'ul 2. Okay? This is maf'ul 1 and maf'ul 2. And there is no muta'alliq bil fi'l. There is no muta'alliq bil fi'l. Okay? Let's pick up another one. فَأَمَلَتْهُ. فَأَمَلَتْهُ. Let's do this. فَأَمَلَتْهُ. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? I'm looking at a fa, which I know is a connector, meaning so or then. So or then. It's a connector. Okay? Then I'm looking at hamalat, 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 which is another word. Okay? And then I'm looking at who, that looks like an attached pronoun. Looks like an attached pronoun. Okay? Looks like a pronoun. So I need to find a fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul, and muta'alliq bil fi'l. A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D. I'm looking at here. I'm looking at this word right now. Hamalat. I'm looking at hamalat. So what am I thinking? What am I thinking? I'm thinking, where does it map? Is it a Muslim chart? Is it a fi'l chart? Is it a ism or is it a fi'l? I do not know any ism that ends with a sukoon. Right? It looks like lat ending. Hamal, very past tense. It's like nasarat. Yes, it's like nasarat. Yes, so it's a past tense. It's a past tense here. Nasarat. It's a past tense here. So have I found my fail and the file? Yes, I found my fail and the file. A and B. Okay, A and B. Then I move forward and I found who. Okay, what is who? What is who? Who is an attached pronoun of hua. Yes, it's an attached pronoun of hua. What stated is nasab. It is nasab. Why is it nasab? Because it is attached to a fi'l. It is attached to a fi'l. Therefore, it is a maf'ul. Therefore, it is a maf'ul. All right. Exactly. Exactly the same process applies with the present tense. Okay, there's no difference in assessing the Arabs, in evaluating the Arabs. It's the same thing. The same process will apply. Okay, let's pick up another one. Let's pick up a bit challenging one, which I want to clarify here. Probably you will find difficulty in doing at this point. وَقَدْ خَلَقْتُكَ وَقَدْ خَلَقْتُكَ مِنْ قَبْلُ مِنْ قَبْلُ. Okay, وَقَدْ خَلَقْتُكَ مِنْ قَبْلُ. Now, what am I looking at? I'm looking at many words here. I'm looking at wa, which is a connector. I'm looking at qad, which is another word. I've not done it before. I've not done it before. Qad. Okay, this is a new word. Then I'm looking at khalaqtu, khalaqtu, and I'm looking at the ka, which looks like an attached pronoun. And then I'm looking at min, and I'm looking at qablu. Okay, min qablu. So there's quite many words going on here. Okay, so let's go one by one. So wa is a connector. We know this, and we're quite used to it now. Right? Wa is a connector. Now qad. Whenever you see qad or laqad, whenever you see qad or laqad, okay, listen to me. This is a good tip to know. So when you see qad or laqad, it's always comes before a fail. So there is a good chance that there's just a fail in front. Ism won't come after qad or laqad. Okay? Ism won't come after qad or laqad. This is element. Like in of nasab case, inna is certainly, indeed. That's the same thing in fi'l world, which is done by qad. Okay, qad is certainty and emphasis. Certainly, indeed. Yeah, certainly, indeed. Okay, waqad is another. You can call it a harf. It's not an ism or a fi'l. It's a harf, but it means indeed or certainly. It puts some emphasis, and it comes before the fi'l only. Okay, so this is again a harf. It's a harf. Okay. So looking at qad, I know it is going to be a fail after it. So khalaqtu, I went to khalaqtu and I want to find what is it. And I discovered that this is a past tense nasartu pattern. Past tense nasartu pattern, meaning past tense, past tense. Okay. Past tense ana. Correct. Past tense ana. So I have found my fi'l and the file. I found my fi'l and the file. Okay, A and B are there. So fi'l and the file are there. Okay. Then I have an attached pronoun which is ka, which is the what version? Which is the nasab version of anta. Nasab version of anta. Why nasab? Because it's attached to a fi'l. So this, okay, this would be my maf'ul. Well, not B, sorry, C. This would be my maf'ul. Okay. Then I find min. What is min? Min. Min is a harf of jar, isn't it? Min is a harf of jar. And the job of the harf of jar is to make the next ism jar. Yes? The job of the harf of jar is to make the next ism jar. But I don't have an ism in jar. Do I? I don't have an ism in jar. Looks like there is an ism, qablu, which is rafa to me. Right? It sounds to me. And this is where I want to give you a new piece of information. Okay. So this is indeed, this one, min qablu, is a jar majroor. Okay. Overall. Not. Why qablu is not jar? Qablu is a special mudaf. Qablu is one of your special mudafs. If you go to your special mudafs table, you'll have it here. Let's quickly jump back on that just to show you. Yeah. So if you look here, you'll find qabla. Look here. Okay? Qabla. Meaning before. Okay? This is one of your special mudafs. And we highlighted the special mudafs in green, which were what? Zarf. Which were zarf, meaning showing the time and space. Right? Time and place. The time and place. Qabla is before. Mudaf is called special mudaf because it needs to have a mudaf ilay, right? It is an idafa, a construction idafa. That's why it's called the special mudaf, right? So what we have here in our example that is challenging us, let me go back, where was I? Here, not this. I'm lost. Here, okay. Here. So what I have is effectively a special mudaf. It's a special mudaf. Okay. And it's also a zarf. It's also a zarf. Okay. It's a zarf. It represents time and place. And it has to have a mudaf ilay, right? But when sometimes a mudaf ilay is not mentioned, when mudaf ilay is not mentioned for a zarf or for a special mudaf, not mentioned, then the special mudaf ends with a dhamma. Then the special mudaf ends with a Dhamma. In this case, this special mudaf does not have a mudaf ilay. Therefore, you cannot say qabli. You can only say qablu because its mudaf ilay is avoided, is omitted. Okay, when the mudaf ilay is omitted, the special mudaf takes a dhamma. It takes a dhamma. So I would rather call it in place of jar, fi mahalli jar, kind of something like that with min. So fi mahalli jar. It was supposed to be jar, but it's not jar as such because of its missing mudaf ilay. But overall, this is min qablu is a jar majroor fragment. Okay, is a jar majroor fragment. So this entire bit is going to give you fi'liya, which is the D, muta'alliq bil fi'l. Make sense? Is this clear? That's why I wanted to do it now here, because I knew it's going to be difficult for you to comprehend. So if that's clear, I will move forward. Okay. Good. Let me pick another one. Let's do number 6. Let's do number 6. فاتخذت من دونهم حجابا. فاتخذت من دونهم حجابا. So, help me out. Help me out. What's happening? What's happening? There is a fa, which is a connector, meaning so or then. Okay? So or then. Then I have at-takhazat. At-takhazat. What does it sound like? What does it sound like? What is it? Yes, it's like nasarat, isn't it? It's like nasarat. Correct. Like nasarat. So it's he got my fi'il and the file. Have I got my fi'il and the file? Yes. A and B. This is my fi'il and the file. Okay, this is my fi'il and the file. I've got it. Fi'il and the file. So my Jumla fi'liya is complete, but I need to go forward and see if there is anything else, other optional elements. Are they there or not? Right? Then I go forward and what do I find? I find min duni. Min duni. What is min duni? Is harf of jar fragment. Harf of jar fragment. And correct, Imran. Exactly. And then we have dunihim. We have dunihim. What is dunihim? Dunihim is an idafa, isn't it? It's an idafa. And everything is connected. They're all connected. Min dunihim. Can I separate them? No, I cannot separate them. Right? Min dunihim is a combination of harf of jar fragment and idafa with a pronoun. Correct. Perfect. So it starts with a harf of jar. I'm going to take the whole bit. I'm going to take the whole bit and I'm going to label it as what? According to Jumla fi'liya. It's a muta'alliq bil fi'il, isn't it? It's a muta'alliq bil fi'il, which is the part D. Which is the part D. Okay? Correct. It's a part D. It's a muta'alliq bil fi'il. Okay? Muta'alliq. Move forward and I find hijaban. And this hijaban is an ism in nasab state. It's an ism in nasab state. Right? And when we see an ism in nasab state in front of the jumla in front of the fi'il, it is what? It is its maf'ul, which is the part C. Which is the part C. All right. Excellent. Okay. Good. Is a fi'il that means to take. Min duni is jar majroor from min dunihim would mean between them. Between them. Overall, it would mean between them. Duni is dunihim or against them or between them. Hijaban is hijab. So she took between them hijab. Okay? So this is from Surah Maryam. Okay? Let's do another one. Let's do number 5. Let's do number 5. Okay. So I'll do number 5, and then I'll leave the rest for you, inshallah. I'll leave the rest for you to practice. I don't want to do all of them here, so you get a chance to practice over the week, and this will, inshallah, give you a lot of clarity in your concept. So, antabazat, antabazat. When I see antabazat, what is the ending I can map it to? Antabazat. What is the ending I can map it to? It's like nasarat, isn't it? It's like nasarat. Sure, Imran, we can do that, no problem. That's fine. Just remind me if I'm going away on a tangent, just remind me and I'll close the class. So we have like 15 minutes, right? So we close the class 15 minutes early, no problem. Okay? We can do that, no problem. Okay? Good. So antabazat is a past tense mapping to a hiya form, isn't it? Nasarat. It's a nasarat form mapping to hiya. So this part is already giving me the fi'il and the fa'il, A and B. It's already giving me the A and B, right? Correct. And then we have min ahli. Min ahli. Min ahli is a harf of jar, and then it's connected to ahliha as idafa, right? Ahliha as idafa. So this entire thing I will label as a muta'alliq bil fi'il, part D, muta'alliq bil fi'il, part D, because it's a harf of jar plus idafa. Okay. And then we have makanan sharqiyan. Makanan sharqiyan. So what is the relationship? Do we have a relationship here? Let's try to find it. Let's do the 4 properties of makanan sharqiyan. So if makasab, oops, it's singular, it's masculine, and it's common. Okay, sharqi, nasab, singular, masculine, common. So I can say it's a Mawsuf Sifa relationship, right? It's a Mawsuf Sifa relationship. So this entire fragment is going to be my maf'ul, the detail. Number C, part C. Part C. Okay. Good. The rest of the exercise for you. I'll leave the rest of the exercise for you. So inshallah, you can you can do it. I want to give you. I won't go into this next exercise. This is important, but I want to give you some benefits of using Jumla Ismiya versus the Jumla Fi'liya. So you know, okay? Jumla Ismiya versus the Jumla Fi'liya in the last few minutes, and inshallah, then we can close the class. Because otherwise, we'll be jumping on a new topic, which I don't want. Okay? So Jumla Ismiya versus Jumla Fi'liya. Jumla Ismiya versus Jumla Fi'liya. Okay? Okay, so let me give you these benefits in a second. So if I say, let's say, if I say, let's construct a Jumla Ismi example. Jumla Ismi example. Jumla Ismi example. Jumla Ismi example would be Nasara, Al-Muslim, Al-Muslimu Nasara. Al-Muslimu, Al-Muslimu Nasara. Okay. And then Jumla Fi'liya example would be Nasara Muslimun. Nasara Muslimun. Nasara Muslimun. Okay. Let's keep it proper. Al-Muslimun. Okay. Now these are two sentences, completely different. In this case, Al-Muslimu is a mubtada. Al-Muslimu is a mubtada. Okay. And in the second case, Al-Muslimu is something else. Okay. And we need to find what that is. So when I say Al-Muslimu Nasara, what I'm saying is, wait a second. I'm saying Al-Muslimu Nasara, effectively what I'm saying is the Muslim helped. The Muslim helped. That's what I'm saying. Okay? The Muslim helped. The Muslim here is Mubtada, and I'm saying he helped. Right? The Muslim helped. But effectively in the classical Arabic, the Arabic that is used in the Quran, it will usually be translated as the Muslim he helped, because Nasara is always translated with the pronoun, right? So we translate it with the pronoun. So you say Nasara is he helped. The Muslim is al-Muslimu, and Nasara is he helped. That's how it's done, right? That's how it's done, and that's how we have come to know about this. Okay. Now what's happening here? What's happening here? I'm looking at Nasara, which is a huwa form of the fi'l. It's a huwa form of the fi'l. And immediately after it, I have a Muslimun, which is a ism in Rafa. Which is the ism in Rafa, right? And that will make it an outside doer, isn't it? The inside pronoun is going to be overridden because the fi'l is in the huwa form, and we have found an ism which is Rafa. So we are going to say the Muslim helped. The Muslim helped. Okay? The Muslim helps. What is the difference? What is the difference I'm looking at? Is there a difference that you see, that you understand here? What is the difference? Why? How they are different? Two different types of sentences. One constructed with the fi'l and one constructed with the ism. One is jumla ismiya and the other one is jumla fi'liya. Okay, and the subtle difference, which sometimes is a very, very big difference, is the emphasis part. You have in the jumla ismiya, he, the doer is repeated again. The doer is repeated again. Yes, you see that? The doer is repeated again here. That's the difference. Okay, the Muslim, he helped. Okay, there's kind of an emphasis, a more stronger way of saying things. Okay, with more authority, right? In the jumla fi'liya, you're saying the Muslim helped. Okay, that's also fine, but that expression is missing. That's the authority is missing, right? So sometimes jumla ismiya is used if you want to make a more stronger statement. More stronger statement. It communicates the same message, but it communicates it differently. Okay, with a bit more emphasis, a bit more expression, a bit more emphasis on the doer in particular. Okay, the doer is repeated again in a jumla ismiya. Okay, and that's the major difference. Okay, and you also using jumla ismiya also alludes to the fact that if someone is confused about who did the action, you can repeat the doer to clarify that this person exactly did the action. The Muslim, he helped. Yeah, so you're clarifying it. You're alluding to the fact that just kill your confusion. Muslim, he helped. It clarifies that confusion. Okay, so because the doer is reiterated. Okay. And it is like Muslim is being mentioned twice, right? It's like Muslim is being mentioned twice. Like the Muslim, he helped. So first you mention it as the Muslim, and then you mention it as he. So when you say that, it is a bit more authority and a more stronger statement with an expression in it. And that's the major difference, okay? That's the major difference, inshallah. Okay, so I think that's, I'll close the class now, inshallah. So, and the topic that I want to go forward with is not, we don't have enough time for today to start with. Inshallah, in the next class we'll do. Please try to complete the exercises and also the Arabs of the Jumla Fi'liya we did, inshallah. And in the next class we'll continue with the study and do a bit more advanced concepts. If you have any questions, if there's any problem, you know where to come, right? You know you can come to you can come to the WhatsApp group and send your message, inshallah, and we'll be able to help, hopefully. Okay, until then, all the best. Eid Mubarak in advance. Have a wonderful, blessed Eid. Remember me in your du'as and all of the people around you. Inshallah, I'll speak to you after the Eid. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.